The $100 billion CEO had just returned to the country with his 5-year-old son when he was suddenly tripped by a woman while on a call. In a moment of chaos, their lips accidentally touched. The woman quickly realized what happened and apologized repeatedly for her mistake, then handed over her business card and some cash to the CEO before grabbing her suitcase and rushing away in a panic. What she didn't notice was that the CEO's son had quietly started following her. By the time she turned around, the boy was already standing in front of her and immediately introduced himself. The woman asked where his parents were, but the boy said he wanted to go home with her. The woman decided to take him to the broadcast room to report it, but the next second, a group of bodyguards suddenly surrounded her. The CEO locked eyes on her and instantly assumed she was a child trafficker. Despite the boy's desperate explanations, the CEO refused to believe it and insisted on sending the woman to the police station. The girl had no choice but to contact her estranged mother to come sign for her release, only to be met with a long lecture. She thought she'd never cross paths with that father and son again, but one day at a restaurant, she ran into the CEO on a blind date, seizing the perfect chance for revenge. She sat right on his lap. His date was stunned and asked what was going on. The woman calmly said that someone as rich as him could never understand how hard life was for ordinary people. The date's face changed immediately. She cursed them both and stormed off. What the woman didn't know was that the company she was about to join belonged to that very CEO. On her first day, she sensed something was off as soon as she stepped into reception. The CEO had already spotted her hiding and immediately ordered his assistant to bring her to his office. She thought she was about to get fired, but just then the CEO's phone rang. It was his grandfather calling to pressure him into marriage. Taking the chance, the woman slipped out of the office, but as soon as she reached the cafeteria, she ran into the boy again. When she learned he hadn't eaten, she went to get him food, but before she could get close, a scheming woman appeared and blocked her. Seeing the woman getting bullied, the boy quickly stood up for her. The scheming woman knocked over the food and accused the girl of trying to abduct the heir, then forcefully dragged the boy to her side. The CEO arrived at that moment, and the scheming woman claimed the girl was pretending to be the CEO's wife. The boy couldn't take it anymore and shouted back at her. The CEO explained that the scheming woman was only in the company to learn, and that the boy already had a mother. He then told the guards to escort the boy home, but the boy hugged the woman tightly and called her mom loudly. The CEO froze, then immediately told the boy to stop. The boy broke down crying on the spot, and the assistant had to carry him out. A few minutes later, the scheming woman ran in a panic, saying the boy had fallen down the stairs. He was rushed to the hospital. When they arrived, the doctor said it was critical and he needed a blood transfusion immediately. The woman didn't hesitate and offered to donate, but minutes later, the assistant ran to the CEO in a panic, saying the boy was having a hemolytic reaction during surgery.